Dement Creek is a major tributary to the South Fork Coquille River and has important potential spawning and rearing areas for coho, chinook, steelhead, cutthroat, and Pacific lamprey. The Dement Creek Basin is approximately 9,700 acres and contains over 8 miles of spawning and rearing habitat. Unfortunately, Dement Creek and its tributaries are currently suffering from the legacy of historic land use practices. Problems such as insufficient spawning gravel, lack of large woody debris, high sediment loading, and degraded riparian vegetation are limiting native fish viability in the basin and affecting water quality. Additionally, the South Fork Coquille River is listed for biological criteria, dissolved oxygen, E. coli, and temperature, while temperature recording performed during watershed assessments found that the water temperatures across the Dement Creek Basin had reached lethal thermal limits for salmonids. These water quality issues and their effects on native fish in Dement Creek and the South Fork Coquille River are being aggravated by insufficient woody debris, lack of channel complexity, and high sediment loading. The Coquille watershed, along with the Coos Bay BLM, ODF&W, and private landowners, are proposing in-stream restoration and sediment abatement actions to address these issues in the Dement Creek Basin.
This is going to be one of our first log placement sites where we will be partnering with the Eisenhart family for access. And so our design would be to protect this bank since the soils in this spot are pretty erodible, and we would plan to have at least 2 to 3 root wads on the logs and then some large boulders as well to help key those trees into place, and once again build a collar over the root wads.
Our first objective is to construct wood and boulder structures at 17 sites in Lower Dement Creek. Our second objective is to install large and woody debris at 15 sites in the upper reaches of Dement Creek. Our third objective would be to re-fence degraded livestock fencing to wildlife-friendly fencing for about 4/10 of a mile down Dement Creek. Additionally, this objective would have us remove blackberries to plant native tree species along about 9.5 acres of riparian corridor in the lower reach of Dement Creek. In this particular drone shot, we can see just how interconnected the Dement Creek County Road is in relationship to livestock pastures in the South Fork Coquille River. Currently, unhealthy levels of sediment are entering Dement Creek and the South Fork Coquille River from both insufficient drainage on roads and insufficient fencing for livestock.
So while developing this project, we thought one option would be to slope the bank 1-to-1 and plant it. However, an alternative that we would like to propose would be to redo the fencing and set it back pretty far above where I'm standing, and then we would plant the toe of the slope with some willows where it's already just starting to heal, and then we would plant the top of the bank and just create some wildlife habitat and fence the livestock out of the stream.
Reestablishing a riparian zone is only one example of many in regards to sediment abatement strategies along Dement Creek. The repurposing of a livestock trail is another strategy we are very excited for.
This is a livestock access trail on the Eisenhart Ranch that we would like to propose to harden and also use as access for our log placements, as the creek is just over these blackberries. And this trail goes pretty far, so we can use it as access for multiple sites for our log placements. And as you can see here, when it's wet, it gets really muddy, and there's this pugging effect all along this trail. And that's why we'd like to harden it before we bring in any equipment, and also for the livestock so they're not, knee deep in mud. So it'll be for heavy use management and drainage management.
This potential access road is just one example of many in regards to sediment abatement plans for this project. The Coquille watershed will be working with Coos County Roads Department, BLM, Catchmark, and a private landowner to improve road drainage throughout the Dement Creek Basin. Successful sediment abatement will be achieved through several different strategies, including cross drains with rock outfalls, reshapen ditches, sediment traps, wetland swales, berm notches or lead-off ditches to forest floors, and road outsloping. This project will address 3 of the top limiting factors affecting native fish in the Coquille Basin: lack of high-quality rearing habitat, lack of suitable spawning habitat, and poor water quality. This project is a priority because it can accomplish goals and objectives set by recovery plans and basin assessments. The project team has the unique opportunity to take advantage of concurrent work schedules and a large amount of match in the form of culvert replacements, road improvements, engineering and labor provided by project partners, and previous funding sources. We want to thank you for watching, and we hope this video helped to give a better understanding of the goals we hope to accomplish with this project.